kind of died out a little bit. I stopped creating those because it put me in a place when I didn't follow. So I had to think strong and heavy on this one question, what is my New Year's resolution? Um Pin the number. I can't pin it right now, but I'll say it out loud to you. It's 718-477-0139. Yep, and we on live, baby. We on live.
Man, validation, a real one to think about, a real one to consider. You know, a lot of times we worry about the validations of others, and it takes us out of
MJ, what's going on, MJ?
it takes us out what we're trying to do, you know.
Right, right. So everyone that's viewing right now, I want everyone, call in and let us know what is your New Year's resolution. Let us know that. That's just to get that interaction going on. Self-validation is the most important.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, what's up, MJ? The reason why self-validation is very important because it's gonna lead you down some paths that you don't expect because of your belief in self. So since we here and we up and running, we're gonna jump straight into the topic. The
Yeah.
the topic is validation. And the reason why I chose validation because I remember when I was a kid, when I went to school and I got good grades, I didn't cut class, I wasn't getting no phone calls home. I was doing what I felt I should and supposed to be doing as a child in school. It was not until I feel like I didn't receive any validation that I'm doing the right thing by getting good grades, by not cutting class, by not getting no phone calls home. I felt like that validation was necessary. And the fact that I didn't get it, I turned, I hit the switch. Um, I started to cut class. I started to get phone calls home. I started to get bad grades, all because of validation. I did not receive no validation as a kid in school where I'm doing the right thing or I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And it just made me feel like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I felt like I got way more attention when I did negative things more than positive. So that validation again is very important to me, was very important to me as a kid. And I feel like that differentiates what's right and what's wrong when you figuring out yourself in life. What do you feel about validation?
I feel like validation amongst a lot of other things controlled a lot of the things, controlled a lot of the ways that I moved.
Mm-hmm.
Um, where the deeper I got in validation and other feelings, the further I got away from myself.
Right, right.
Um, those feelings of wanting others to give you that that head nod, that okay, that's the right thing to do. A lot of times it could steer you in the wrong direction because what's meant for somebody else not is not necessarily meant for you. You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, I feel like when it came to being a youngster, validation, it pretty much identified a little bit of who we are, depending on what we set our sights on. If we wanted to play sports, if we wanted to try anything new, validation was the thing that was needed. Um, as a kid, I'm only speaking as a kid. I know it's totally different as an adult.
Yeah, even as an adult, as a man, like I remember going through junior high school all the way till now. Like a lot of times, I know with men, we look for validation in who we choose as a partner.
Mm,
We want
right.
everybody. Like a lot of times when we introduce somebody to to our partner, we're asking when our partner goes to the bathroom or something, we're asking, hey, what do you think about this person?
Right.
You know, what do you think? And then even in situations that should be private, maybe you guys are going through stuff. You want valid. I mean, sometimes some people want the help, you know, but other
Right.
times some people want the validation,
Right.
you know, with certain things instead of taking the time to digest what is going on in their current reality
Mm.
and moving accordingly.
So since you brought up, being with a partner, um, validation to me with being a partner is key
Hmm.
because you have to know if you're doing the right thing for your partner
Right.
or you're doing the right thing by your partner. And if your partner not validating that you're doing the right thing, it can lead you to overdoing yourself to
Right.
try to prove that you can do this or you're doing right by this person without validation.
Right.
Just without it alone, you're going to put yourself in overdrive. You're going to keep trying, you're going to keep pulling. It's really like, to me, it's really like creating false hope, you know. And you constantly see yourself doing and doing and doing, and you're not getting no validation. And sometimes people can benefit from that, not giving you validation. They might want to see you work.
Validation or acknowledgement.
That's a good one. I really validation. I'm strong on that because when you're dealing with a person, you're not gonna fully know them. So half of what you're doing is based off of you. And if that person doesn't give you some type of validation, again, you're gonna think that you're doing the right thing when all along you're not in their eyes.
But can't validation kind of like take you out of self? You know, the more that you start looking for validation, because just because when you do it in one area of your life, you start to tend to see the behavior patterns that you're doing it in other aspects of your life as well.
Right.
So then, like, you start looking for validation and things that you should be going inside yourself and understanding how you're supposed to move.
Yeah, I totally agree that you lose yourself when
Yeah,
you're looking for so much, when you're looking for the validation.
yeah,
Um Out there seeking, because seeking validation boils down to me is people pleasing,
yeah,
becoming a people pleaser,
exactly, people
doing
pleasing.
this, doing that, just trying to please everybody.
Right.
And meanwhile, they watching you trying to please them.
Yeah.
But yet and still, because it's actually not what they asking for, they're not gonna validate that for you
Right.
because they didn't ask you to do this. You're
Right.
just trying to please, 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 without no actual track or no actual guidance or knowing what you're doing this for.
Yeah, and that opens you up for criticism,
Oh, big time,
um,
big time,
opinions,
big time.
and a lot of those things aren't fact. You know, and a lot of times going off of people's opinions and all these different things, it kind of like confuses you if you really
I
think about
agree.
it.
I
You know,
agree.
like the just what I've been through. Like I used to be a people pleaser. You
Right.
know, I used to always want people to say like, "Oh, that's a good guy." Oh, that's whatever the case is. You know, I was always looking to please everybody but myself, and I realized how far I was from myself, and at one point I was
Right.
lost.
Right.
You know, so this is definitely a great topic. We definitely want y'all to call in. The number 718-477-0139. Give us a call if you're trying to chime in on validation.
Yeah,
You know,
give us your thoughts. Give us your
yeah,
thoughts on that term because validation, it goes a long way and it can be directed in a wrong direction. And what I mean by that is allowing people to think that it's okay to take from others.
yeah,
Um that's almost validated in the community every day, where someone is taking from another, robbing from another. Let's talk about the music. The music be validating this stuff out, to be honest with you.
yeah. Especially within our community,
Yeah,
for
man.
sure.
Making these things, making it look, making it as if it's okay to do.
It is,
Like
yeah.
this is how we should survive.
This is how we
Nah.
should move.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely the music that validates a lot what's going on in our communities. And guess what? Those artists that's making that music, they not out in the communities with us going through these battles.
Like think about, especially, you know, we here to talk about healthy black masculinity. Just think about how our music is the only music that puts our women down. Like
Man,
consistently. I wouldn't say
absolutely.
like they don't put their stories and stuff like in their songs and stuff, but as far as how they address their woman, the names that they call them, you
Right.
know, we
Okay,
call
we
them
have a
so many
caller.
different
We have one
things.
caller coming in.
Oh yeah, interaction.
Interactions. We like this.
Mm-hmm.
Caller.
Caller, what up? Yeah, what's up?
What's your thoughts on on our topic today, validation?
All right, but I just wanted to kind of know what you were just speaking about as far as the music.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so the music definitely is controlling. I feel like as far as right now, many of the youth, because they're literally doing everything that artists are talking about in songs that artists are not even doing themselves.
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
So I
Absolutely.
feel like many artists put out certain music and they know the damage that it's doing on our youth and our community, but yet because it's making them dollars, they continue to do so.
Right. That's very valid. That's a very valid
Very valid
point you
point.
made. Very valid point. I appreciate your interactions on our topic today. Thank you.
No problem. You're welcome.
Wow, that was dope. That was
Definitely
dope. That was dope.
The key point that I got from what she said is that they promoting it, but they not doing it. They
Right.
telling you not to have a girl. Meanwhile, they boot up in
Right.
in a different country on a beach somewhere. You know, kissing her, being affectionate to her, but meanwhile in the music telling you, nah, don't love that. Whatever you want to call them, I'm not gonna
Right.
use the word myself. But, you know,
Right. So I'm reading, it says, trying to understand the lack of validation based off false values.
nah, for sure,
That's a fact.
for sure,
That's a fact.
for sure.
False values. Let's talk about some false values that will lead to a lack of validation.
Like we spoke on, like some false values that it's okay to go to jail.
Yeah.
Like as a young black man, like it's cool. Like
Right.
it means nothing.
Right.
Like that's a badge of honor. No, it's not.
Right.
You know.
It's very important to me to have self-validation. Self is very important. I'm learning that you have to be your own cheerleader, man. You have to cheer yourself on. You have to motivate yourself, because let me get to my creative expression here. Yeah. So as a youngster going through what I was going through, I was really trying to seek validation within, in my inner world. And I couldn't find no validation in my inner world. I couldn't find it. I could not find validation in my inner world, bro. I felt lost out here. So what I did was I linked on the outer world for validation. I linked on people to validate whatever I'm going through. And to be honest with you, I didn't get no validation from there either. It was wicked. It was harsh. So at some points in time in my life, with having conflictions with those two, it really made me feel like I ain't want to be here no more. There's nothing, no reason for me to be here. I can't find it in myself. I can't find it outside. What's the point of being here? But then I realized I have a reason to be here. I have children. I have children to live for. I have to be here for them. So having that confliction really put me in a hard space, where I just really felt like, man, I don't want to be here. But again, thinking of my kids, it gave me all the strength that I needed to really just do it for them.
Did you pick up any other things amongst, like, even though you were staying alive for them, in that low point.
Right.
But did you start to like have like an avalanche effect where you started to pick up on other things that should keep you around?
Yes, really. It's really, I wanted to experience this thing called life, man. So we all life, the word life. I wanted to experience. I've seen so much out of people, things. Like let's just say amusement parks. I always wanted to go to amusement park and get on a roller coaster, be on the front line seat. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't there yet. I ain't there yet on that roller coaster.
Oh, let
I definitely want to go skydiving.
so let me get into a little story about roller coasters. I went to Six Flags with my oldest brother and my nephew this past summer, and my oldest brother was like, "You really close your eyes on this ride?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. I'm scared. I'm scared." He's like, "Man, I can't believe you." That term validation, what he was saying to me, it just validated that it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just a roller coaster. Nothing to be afraid of. So we got on the next. I see you laughing, bro. So we got on the next roller coaster, and I kid you not. I said, yo, you know what? I want to see what I'm missing with keeping my eyes open. And go out. As soon as the roller, it goes on. When it get to the top, bro.
No,
bro.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Mama. You know what I'm saying? But bro, when it dropped, I kept my eyes open, and that was the best ride ever. Being able to experience seeing, not even I'm seeing the experience of the roller coaster. I'm feeling it.
And you know what you just said is deep, because a lot of times in our experiences in life, we close our eyes. We don't want to see it.
Yep.
We run from it. We run to the liquor. We run to the ganja.
Yep.
I mean, the ganja ain't just for that. It definitely depends on what you're using it for, by the
Right.
way. But
Right.
we run to things that make us want to escape our reality,
Right.
and never face ourselves.
Absolutely.
That's why a lot of times when we meet a reflection of somebody, meet a reflection of ourselves, a lot of times we run.
Yeah. We definitely do run. We definitely do run.
Yeah. And even to get back onto what one of the people interacting in the live is the false perceptions. Like a lot of times we were told that, too much, like, of course, too much focus on self is selfish. Not selfish. I don't know what word you want to use, but we give being selfish a negative connotation a lot of times, because a lot of times a lot of us are lovers. Like, we have a big heart.
Right.
A lot of times we overextend. People like that, we tend to overextend ourselves.
Right.
So there is times where you do need to snatch that plug back. You need to pour more into yourself. It's okay to give yourself more time and more energy. A lot of times we look for validation, so people don't think that, oh, we're arrogant, we're confident, with this, with that. Instead of just, if you're not arrogant, cocky, then what you worried about?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And what you worried about. So if you're sure, it's like having that self-validation, you won't need it. It's almost like already. You won't have to receive it from anybody or anything. You have good intentions and you have a purpose to what you're doing and why you're doing it. So that validation, in the sense of knowing that self-validation, you don't have to receive it from nobody. And that's where the part where I grew on that self-validation.
Right.
I didn't want to no longer lean on the outside for the validation. I really was finding the validation within myself. I really was being my own cheerleader, picking myself back up off the ground. So we have a comment to say, that's why it's important to know thyself. Yes, it's very important to know self. Part of this journey for me was my self-awareness journey. That's what brought me to the Hansome Man Problem podcast, which was my self-awareness journey, things that I'm becoming aware of self. And I'm not being oblivious to it no more. I'm not closing my eyes anymore. I'm not running from it no more. It's a saying that I don't run from my problems. My problems run from me now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So validation is very it's a thin line because it depends on what you're validating because it's a lot of BS that people validate out here.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to relationships.
Yeah, man.
Validation, a lot of things are not being validated the right way in relationships.
You didn't hold my hand.
Right.
So that means we're not together. You didn't post up. You didn't post me.
Right. Right. Those things. You know what I'm saying? Those things could give like though that having that validation with that can just send the wrong signals. Wanting that type of validation, worrying about what other people are seeing or worried about more so what it looks like.
Oh, we need to pass society's stamp. We need to pass society's interpretation of what a relationship looks like.
Right.
A relationship looks like me and you skipping down the block holding hands.
Right.
It means me giving you the last bite. Hey, you want the last bite, babe? Hey.
Right. Right.
it means all these different things.
Just in terms, man, you know, I really see that this word for me growing up, it was necessary. A lot of my thinking at the time revolved around validation when I was a youngster. And I see to it today that somewhat not having that, it put me in a space.
Right.
It put me in a space where I had to break my way out of. Because again, I remember me overdoing things, overdoing myself because I'm not getting that validation.
Right.
So today I will no longer feel like I need it because I know what I'm doing. Just like this Handsome Man Problem podcast, man. There's a lot of people out there that's watching, that's looking, just watching. And although validation to me is a bit important, you know, no one is posting my flyers or saying, yo, bro, this is a cool platform. Not that I seek that, but it would have been nice.
Honestly, we do if we're real with ourselves, a lot of times we run from how we're really feeling because we're afraid we're afraid of how somebody's gonna receive it.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times like we gotta realize we're human. You
Right.
know, there are times that you want to hear some
Right.
shit that you did.
Sometimes,
you know?
right, I agree.
Sometimes that's the reward.
Right.
You know, the energy currency behind it.
The energy currency behind it.
Yeah.
So just even with this platform, I'm like, you know what? I know what my intentions are for. I know what the purpose of me having is. Whether anyone that's watching or viewing post a flyer or tap in with us or not, I know what my intentions behind this platform is. So having that validation, I don't need it. I don't need that validation. I know what I'm doing here. I'm sure on what I'm doing here. And I think that with me understanding what validation is, it really brought me to this point of having this platform for myself because I finally see myself doing something for myself and not for everyone else's validation.
Well, we kind of like when you think about it, we kind of like indoctrinate the thought of validation. Even when you think about when you're a kid, when you want to rush home to show your parents your good grade, you need that validation from your parent to be like, "Good job."
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
sometimes it is good for that validation at that stage, you know, to empower. I mean, it's like we said before, it's so many different rabbit holes that you can go down with this validation.
Yeah,
thing.
man.
Yeah. Hold on.
It's all good. It's all good. We back. So just going back into it, I'm learning that when you learn, because this is my opinion, there's a difference between value and worth. Once you learn your value based on what a person think of you, how they treat you is going to be your worth. And when it comes down to validation, if that person is treating you not the wrong way, you don't really need no validation from that person. you know your value. So if they treating you wrong, then that's their loss because you know your value. Um, and overall, I just see it that it's important that when just sometimes, man, because people seek out, people cry out for help, for things. They just need a little push. It's just important. Just like when we say good morning to people, that's validation right there. When you walk past somebody and say good morning, that's letting them know that you're in a good mood and you're sending that good mood vibe onto them. And they could send it on to the next.
Or when you hold the door for somebody.
Right, right,
You
right.
know, a lot of times some people be like, damn, say thank you. Like, and some people be like, damn, you did it for the thank you.
We got to
Yes and
request.
no.
We got to request. Yep, yes and no.
Yes and no. You know, it's just a courtesy through it.
Yeah, it's just a courtesy. And I feel like too, you got to be careful with validation because people play on that.
Right.
They know you need like okay, say you insecure about yourself and they know that. Because they know that of you and you may not know that of yourself, they'll play off of that insecurity and not give you that validation.
Right.
They will pretty much watch you sabotage yourself because you're not receiving that validation. And I feel like again going back to self-validation, learning that or having that for yourself is very important because again, someone say cannot it won't determine what you do. Just because they say that don't mean you have to do it. You don't got to validate what they say. They might say, "Hey man, you an angry man." You don't have to validate that for them by giving them a reaction, by even
Giving them a response
a,
at
re- a
least.
response, a
Yeah.
response. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You have to learn self. Really, it really boils down to that self validation, being your own cheerleader out here. Because I'm learning, people not gonna cheer for you, man. They just not gonna do it. And it's important for you to know yourself to be able to hold yourself up.
But in order to know yourself, you have to go through that process
I agree.
to first learn it, to see it on your
I
own.
agree.
You know,
Yeah.
you have to go through,
It might get
get the
messy a
strength.
little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get it. I
yeah,
get it. You
yeah,
got to go through the experience to even feel what it feels like to be rejected.
yeah,
Because I feel validation falls along the lines of rejection
yeah.
too.
You don't want to be rejected. You don't want
Right.
to be humiliated. You don't want to
Right.
be shameful. You don't want
Right.
to be shamed. You don't want to. You know, there's a lot of things that you're running from feeling. You know.
And the thing is too, again, just to go back, it's like you have to know yourself because people will dictate everything for you. They would do everything. They would dictate it, and then you will believe that that's the right thing to do because you don't have no self validation.
Absolutely. Let's get the person that tapped in to, you know, get a few
King
get a few
P,
words
what's
in.
up, man? What's your thoughts on validation, man? Peace,
Peace,
peace.
peace.
How you feel about validation? Absolutely, absolutely. Right, right.
But what about those? What about those people that? What about those people that have learned not to put themselves first? You know, so a lot of times
That's something they gotta learn.
Like you
that's
said, you got
that's
to go through that experience.
yeah,
It might hurt. It might be bumpy and bruisey, but you got to go through it in order to feel or know what it's like
right.
to not receive validation or rejection. You know what I'm saying? You definitely that was a good point you made that you really have to sometimes just go through it yourself, even if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't wanna live this life looking for
Right.
validation all the time.
Yeah, that too much of it is definitely too much of it. It can become, let's just say, arrogance.
It becomes addicting. It's like sugar. You know,
Oh, right, right,
you start expecting it from every situation. You
right,
know,
right.
did I cook that well? You know,
Did I do this right? Did I do
yeah,
that right? You know, you gotta have that with,
For relationships,
huh?
it's not good for relationships.
at all,
Not at all.
I
at,
can't stand that.
at all.
Like when you go shopping out with your lady, how this shirt look? What do you mean how does it look? How you gonna dress it up? You know, just a shirt is nice, but what you gonna pick with the shirt?
Right.
I could stand that. Like, damn, like you know, men when we shop, we look at a shirt, we vision what could I wear? Do I have something in my closet?
How many different combinations you can make with that?
Right. Right.
You know,
And we making, we gonna put together with one shirt, we gonna have 5 outfits, maybe 2 shirts with 5 outfits.
5 outfits, 5 different sneakers.
we gonna everything gonna rotate. We gonna rotate it. We gonna make it work.
But honestly, with the women though, when they ask that, especially depending if that's your woman, what I've learned from women, that's like a healthy validation for them, because what they're trying to do is they kind of want to fit how you see them fit. Like they want to look how you want them to look.
Right.
You know, they want to be they.
How about you tell them, okay, I like that shirt, but they wear the opposite.
Ooh.
Sometimes, I mean, hey.
Right. So
yeah,
right.
Sometimes it's the mental game.
Right.
But,
right.
I mean,
Now that was a good one, because the reason why I say that was a good one, because you gave your validation. What was the point of doing it your way if you wanted to receive validation on if this is the right shirt?
Yeah, you know, like women like to play those little
games they
to
do.
see if, because a lot of times men, we just want a one-worder or like something vague, and a lot of times they want to see if you're just giving them an answer.
Right.
Or
right.
like,
right. I agree.
Are you actually thinking?
Are you
about it?
capping
I'm
on
gonna
them?
give you a couple of different thoughts. I'm gonna give you a couple of different looks.
Right.
You know, it's that kind of thing. Like, because anybody could be like, yeah, babe, that look good on you, but what about this? She may have, like, you know, different looks and different styles that she may be, just how we think. You know, she's probably thinking about which hairstyle this could go with. You know, like all kinds of thoughts. So it's like, you know,
so not to cut you off, but so we know what some validations women like to receive. What about us men? What's some validations you would like to receive?
Be honest.
Right. I'll be first. I'll be first to go. I like to know if I'm communicating the right way to you, because our last podcast we talked about love language.
Yeah.
So I would like to know if I'm communicating right to you. You know, am I communicating? Am I meeting you where you at when it comes to communication? Am I overdoing it or am I underdoing it? You know, let me know if I'm meeting you at the right place. How about you? Anything for you that you feel like a small token of validation you can use as a man
from a woman?
Yeah. Because we know women like to dress up for us.
To be honest, for any woman, the validation that, especially just based on the world, I just would like to know that she feels safe around me. That she feels safe to be herself.
That was a good one.
To be herself and feel safe to let her guard down. Because a lot of times in this world, a lot of women have to walk around here like, really with their defense mechanisms. Thousand, you know. Sometimes that's why some friendships between opposite sex can't happen, because sometimes the woman's like, I don't know if he's trying to fuck me or he's trying to you know, actually be a friend. And sometimes it's vice versa for men too.
Right.
You know.
So I like that point you made up, because the safe part, because right now the way it seemed like for women, it seemed like everything is over sexualized for them. So to know that they feel safe is a good feeling. You know, it's definitely a good feeling.
Nah, because let's keep it a buck too. There's just I mean, in this world, there's just some weirdos out there too.
Oh man,
and a lot
plenty.
of times certain women come in contact with weirdos, you know, and like I said, like we've said plenty of times before, a lot of us suffer from PTSD from moments that we go through like that. So then, you know, the next moment where something is even like somewhat able to be correlated between that last encounter, you know,
right,
that person may run,
right,
because they didn't deal with it. They didn't learn how to deal with it,
right. And I think that's important.
That's a problem too. Like, you know, some people, like when you're in a relationship, sometimes you really need closure, because you can't really bring that same that vibes to the next one, and treat the new situation you're in the same way, because it's not going to work.
Absolutely.
toxic.
I agree. There's a word you said with closure, man. And that word closure is it's a thin line to me because sometimes you just know something and you don't have to close it. It's already closed. I feel like sometimes a little curiosity makes us open that door again just to see that. Let me just see. And
Curiosity kills cat.
right, and that just see will open up a whole like just imagine opening up a door full of water and you just whoosh.
And
You
you
like
like, is the water really gonna fall out of there if I open the door?
right.
That's the thought that goes through the mind. You know, it's interesting.
It's very interesting when it comes to this, and I think that when we are learning ourselves, because that is yes, love languages are important, yes, and I feel like we have to understand that where we can meet a person, where we meeting them at when it comes to communication, because I could feel like since I'm a verbal communicator, someone that doesn't communicate very much verbally, they communicate more so through body language or gestures or
Action.
action. That's it. Thank you, man. I appreciate that pickup. Action. And without you knowing, you like being a verbal communicator, you gonna think that a
And,
person go
and
ahead,
I
go
would
ahead, go
I would
ahead.
love to say this too, because a lot of men like require this from women, and I don't think that you should require this from women. You
Mhm.
should not really require a woman to be submissive, because based on how you treat her,
Right,
she will naturally become submissive. That's in her nature.
right.
So you don't have to ask for that. If you do what you need to do, I've seen it. I've seen it in other people. I've seen it in from my personal experiences. Like, I don't think submission is something that you should require, because it's something that will happen if you're doing what you're supposed to
I'm
do.
I'm reading something
And
on
they
your
show you by
on your
they show you by action.
on your comments. Hold on. It states from Natasha, sometimes you have to heal before you because you may not always receive closure. I absolutely agree. And that's the part where I say sometimes you don't have like just heal yourself because you might not receive that closure that you really want. And that's why I say, curiosity. No, that's why Nigerian King said curiosity kills the cat, because sometimes the door is closed already.
And
It's done.
sometimes that closure might be you crying in the car.
Right, right.
It might be you, taking that walk in the park, and making some affirmations to yourself what you won't allow again.
Absolutely.
It shows you how you need to sharpen up your energy. You need to set your boundaries. It teaches you those things. So
we have Slim Goody Live. She said, natural submission is not a requirement. Yes, gentlemen.
yeah,
Right.
it happens.
It,
It's just platonic. Like,
it's a natural
you know,
feeling. So, fellas, let's get out
Eve-
of that say.
even the strongest woman, the woman, the alpha woman,
Right.
that she's if she feels safe, to let her guard down, if you give her that reason where she's like, I have no reason but to submit to this man.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's your
It's just
the
gonna
presence
happen.
is felt.
That's why, like, sometimes a lot of guys take themselves out to running from certain women, because they be like, yeah, I want my woman to be submissive, and they're just like, oh, women test you a lot of times.
Yeah.
So a lot of times that's
yeah.
just the not him.
Right. Right.
Move on.
Right.
Because if he really truly was connected and knew, that submission is happening.
You don't have to ask for it.
That's where they don't verbalize it. They show you by action, and women are really good with, showing you things with their action. And a lot of times, men, we're not observant enough to pay attention to the subliminal messages that they're sending us. A lot of times they may overdo it, but a lot of times, like, sometimes it's not something that's verbally communicated. It's you just see me move. And vice versa for men.
Right.
Sometimes men focus just on, straight to the
Point.
ass and not really study their woman.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have a small opinion. So for me, my thing is I don't use the term submissive. I use the term conquer when it comes to a woman, because women conquer things. Submissive, yes. I like I said, I get the term, but I like to use conquer. Um, just as me being a king, a ruler, a conqueror, and a ruler. You know what I mean? And that comes natural. It's not something that you can make up. So when you asking of a woman to be submissive, you got to even know what you asking for. Even if you want to ask her to be that way, what are you asking for of her when you say submissive? Because I don't think a lot of people know what that means.
Some people be thinking back to like the 1800s. Yes, my lord. They be bowing in front of them and shit. I don't know.
Pulling out the red carpet for them as they
Yeah.
walk down. You know what I mean? No, I think what it means by submissive for me, again, I think is just taking action.
But hold on.
Mhm.
Even us men will do submissive actions, if we feel like a woman is actually listening to us and doing
Give you
certain
another
things,
one, boy.
You know what I'm saying? That's when you get out the door and you want to open the door for your lady.
Right.
You don't want
right.
nobody else. When you
Yeah,
go to the other side
man.
of the door, you like, yeah,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
what you about to see.
Right.
You making the grand entrance for your lady, like you're proud to do this because whatever she showed you, made you move accordingly, whether it's something you didn't have to ask for, whether it's her actually listening to what your love language
Right. Natasha said, I think some men think submissive is a woman doing anything they want us to do without questioning anything. I agree.
Nah, that's a fact.
I totally agree. I want men to understand too that we could be submissive too. We
Yeah.
could be submissive. It's points where we should be submissive because we have to create a space for that woman where she might need to be
submissive and weak.
Yes.
Because as a man, almost every moment you have your eyes open, you have to be strong.
Yeah.
Like that's why your household,
Right.
That's the place where you want to, let your guard down, be weak. And that's why, like, for me, when I'm looking for who I'm looking for a divine feminine woman.
Oh,
a divine
hold
feminine
on. Say that again.
a divine feminine woman, a divine feminine woman,
Man.
because that feminine aspect that, can pour into me, give me life, nurture me, allow me to be vulnerable, allow me to be weak,
Right.
To give me the strength that when I walk through the front door to either go to work, I'm replenished, my cup is full, I'm strong, I'm confident. My woman gave me that energy to go out to the world and be the best version of myself. And then when I come back weak, she knows how to refill that cup every time.
And that's her meeting you right at the point where it hurts.
Yeah.
And I took that line from Nipsey Hussle, one of Nipsey Hussle songs, where she met him at the point where he was hurting, and I think that's key.
And Raina, shout out to my best friend Raina. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Raina, for tapping in. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you for tapping in.
She said us women also must create a safe space for men to want to be submissive.
Absolutely, Raina. Raina, I got to give you an applause. That's one for Raina, because I think women are afraid of that. Women are afraid of that. And I just love the fact that you brought that to the forefront for me and Dami to talk about, because I think it's important that women understand of having that safe space for a man to be submissive to, because we got it harder with anything that happens.
Yeah.
And what I mean by we got it harder is that it's just more we on our toes all the time more. We got to be strong all the time. We got to provide all the time. Not saying women don't do it, but I just like that piece Raina added, man. I really do love it. I appreciate that line. Hearing you say that, making me want to be submissive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, back me down, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. I like hearing that. It's an understanding that we both play a part in this, not just man, not just woman. Natasha said also when we create that safe space, I believe it has to be for a man that is willing to receive that.
Yeah, that's big because
Yep.
like we
Yep.
said, a lot of men are not taught
Right.
how to receive something like that. So when they feel that and they like, yo, why am I feeling all mushy inside? Nah,
Yeah.
nigga, I don't like
I
that.
don't know.
I gotta run from that.
Let me run from that.
You
Let
know,
me
so
let me
yeah.
hide that. Let me hide that.
That's a big problem with us men too, man. We didn't
Good
have
one, Natasha.
fathers or uncles to really teach us none of this.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's the sad part about, like, becoming a man. Like, a lot of stuff, it wasn't taught. We didn't taught. Oh, we didn't even see either.
Right. 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 Right.
And not to
Brooklyn, in the city streets, we basically saw men, how they verbally abuse women, physically, mentally. There's never nothing good. Seeing an older guy, his actions or this is all around how you deal with women.
Right.
even from the standpoint that men think that emotions are a gender based thing.
Yeah.
You know,
What?
that's why most men run from their emotion, because
Yeah.
they're not able to identify or label what's going on within them as emotion.
And or even express it in a good way.
In a healthy
A
way.
hel- Thank you.
You
See,
know,
you my brother,
being
man.
able to
You see,
articulate it with
my
your
boy
words.
always got my back,
know?
man.
Yeah.
MJ says structure. Yeah, so I agree. Structure. We have each other's balance, yin and yang. Yes, we are that. I believe.
And that's a big part, and that's what the man and woman are here to do, because in each person, whether you're a man or a woman, you have both masculine and feminine energy within yourself.
Absolutely.
And a
Absolutely.
woman is here to show us that part on how we could utilize certain energies from the feminine aspect, and we're supposed to teach them certain ways to be masculine, whether it's, instead of handling this with emotion, you handle this with logic.
Right.
Absolutely. That's part of some of the things that we're supposed to teach our women, how not to just jump on impulse and be emotional about every situation. Like, you got to know when to be emotional, when to be logical, and when to be both, or
Absolutely.
when to be neither.
That's man purpose for women, man. And
Yeah.
We don't have that. We don't have those tools.
Right. So we continue to run. I just want to say, the ladies that's interacting, man, I appreciate y'all, because this platform, huh? Yeah, we run. We run from it. We run from it. And I can say I was that dude that ran, because I was afraid. I really was afraid how I was gonna express it. That's why I ran, you know. Right. Absolutely.
And sometimes, to be honest, depending on the woman that you're dealing with that feminine energy, there's a lot of intensity behind that. And sometimes the intensity of the energy or the love that she's showing too soon, it makes you want to run, because it's like, how could you be showing me this love so soon?
Right.
You don't even know. You know what I mean? Where it could be just your masculine scent. It could be the way you walk in a room, where she just naturally submits and is showing you and probably giving you a little too much right away, and then your defense mechanism is going up like, wait a second, you do this for every dude? Goddamn.
Right.
Shit. Then you start overthinking a little bit, and then like you kind of sabotage. It's almost like that self-sabotage.
Just like Natasha said, we have to really, as men, be open to receive these things. We have to open up to receive these things instead of running from it. Understanding too that masculine and feminine energy, that each one both genders have it. Women have masculine energy, men have feminine energy, and as a man, I just feel like you have to not be oblivious to that energy, man. You have to. You cannot be oblivious to having that feminine energy. You have to know it's there and know when to use it, because I feel like 10 out of 10, when you using that energy, it's going to be a time that you're going to need to use it for that woman. She's going to need that soft touch or that nurturing feeling. She's going to need to feel nurtured at some point in time or her hardships. So we have to have that space to allow her to be in there and nurture her while she's in there.
Yeah. and learn. And while she's nurturing you, you learning
yeah, that
how to nurture you. She's
that's
teaching
it.
you
That's
to nurture.
it. But that even though you nurturing her,
Yeah.
she's teaching you how to. And that's the piece for me that
So when she lacks,
yeah,
could
you
pick
know
it
how
up.
to pick it up.
And it's the opposite.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Because there's times like, and I think guys should take it because I see a lot of women say this, like when guys get sick, they get like big babies.
Mhm.
And like one thing, that's real shit.
It's true though.
And to be honest, like if I do get sick, I try to stay tough because I'm like, at least I ain't gotta deal with a menstrual cycle.
Right.
Nah, real talk. I always tell people I would
Nah, I
never
feel
switch
you.
places with a woman, but just because of some of the things you guys go through naturally.
Right. I agree.
So it's just like, I could put up with this
Yeah.
a little bit,
Raina said there are some women who are more masculine who attracts feminine men.
Yeah.
Yo, Raina.
And those people are meant for each other,
Yo,
to bring that
Raina,
balance, too.
Raina,
Yeah.
Raina, you talking that talk, Raina. You know what you talking about, girl.
That motherfucker spitting today.
Yo, she's spitting today. She should have been on the show today, man, because it's true, man. And I've even seen it where a woman knew how to build. She built her husband and her whole family. She built her husband and family's bedroom. She knew how to use all the tools, construction tools, hammer, guns, nothing wrong with that. She built her man's bed.
And that might even be her passion.
Yo,
that might be her passion. And it's up to her man to realize, like, you don't need validation from the world to prove that you're a man just because your woman's doing that. What if she's the breadwinner?
Yo, absolutely. Bring her to the show. I don't know her personally, but I've seen her social media. The woman that built her husband, her family, her husband cave. She built his whole caveman room.
Oh, the man cave.
The man cave. Yo, she built that.
Yeah.
And the look on his face when she presented it to him, I was like, man, that's amazing.
And that's another quality, like,
Yep.
Like men do want somebody who thinks about them,
Right. Most of the time.
Thinks about ways to make him happy.
Right.
It's dope.
Yeah, so it's a very thin line. It just seems like when it comes to men and women, it's a very thin line between what's acceptable for a man to do or be, and what's acceptable for a woman to do and be. It's a very thin line for that.
Right.
And I think it don't need to be any all right, some sort of line. No, some sort of line needs to be drawn. I ain't gonna say that. Some sort of we are two different people.
Definitely need balance.
Definitely need balance. So yeah, anyone that's watching with us that's in tune, you could call in, 718-477-0139 and give us your thoughts.
I have a question for the next caller. It's a random question, but it's just a lot of these things, sometimes we sharpen our communication skills, and sometimes it takes for you to just go with a thought,
Right. Call in, get some of these questions. How about this? He gonna ask the question and y'all call in on it. Let's see what y'all got.
So the question is, would you rather be able to record your thoughts or your dreams while you sleep? Once again, that question is, would you rather be able to record your thoughts or your dreams while you sleep, and why?
Call in.
The number 718-477-0139.
I just got all my people back. So the question is, would you rather be able to record your thoughts or your dreams while sleeping?
For me personally, I'd rather record my dreams because I forget a lot of my dreams. Like,
call in,
have like a little snippet that I remember, but I would rather record my dreams.
Call in and see. Me personally, I would rather record my thoughts. I would say I would rather record my thoughts.
I thought about that, but the reason for me, like, I feel like I'm present enough to remember my thoughts. So a lot of times in my dream state, I really don't remember a lot of times. Sometimes, like, I may remember some. It's just weird. It all depends on the dream. I feel like there are tons of messages in my dreams. Yes. I have a few people. Yeah, definitely the dreams. Yes. So many things in the dreams come to pass. Yes. Or like the interesting thing, even if it doesn't come to pass, because a lot of times in our dreams is not exactly what you're seeing, is more so hidden messages in the dream, like whether it's a person. I had an
Right, right.
interesting dream yet like the other day, and then the next morning that person like responded to a message that I wrote them like a couple weeks ago, and I'm just like, oh
Somebody
snap.
said, I be going to other portals and shit.
That's exactly why. Like,
right.
I want to see what them portals is like. You feel
Right.
me? That's why,
That's dope.
that's exactly
dope.
why I want to record.
So
my
everybody that
dreams.
just came in on my live, because my live got disconnected, we asking the question:
Raina's a nut.
would you rather be able to record your thoughts or your dreams while sleeping?
Yeah, man.
That's to everybody that just chimed in on my Instagram live because I lost connection. Call in or even chime in on the comments. Would you
Between
rather?
the 5D and the 3D. You getting in that esoteric.
Oh, you going deep? You going to the 5D?
Yeah, that
Oh
5D,
man, that
the
hey.
world, we transition.
Yo, who is that?
That's
Natasha? Yo, you all right. Raina and Natasha, y'all I like y'all interactions. And
they know.
MJ over here.
See, I told you,
Miss
everybody going with them
Motivated over
dreams,
here.
man. Everybody going with them
Empress
dreams.
Candies over here. King K, my big bro. Everybody interact. I'm loving it. Dreams to really see the subconscious world.
All right, let's ask another question. This is fun. I like the interaction. We seem like we had a lot of people say dreams. So
dreams.
The next question would be: would you rather give up sex for a year or your cell phone for a year? Which one would you give up?
Call in, let us know.
I'm giving up that cell phone.
Would you give up sex for a year or your cell phone? Which one? Me?
I'm giving that cell phone.
I'm giving that cell phone in. Stop playing.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Stop playing. I'm giving that cell phone up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. I'm a man at the end of the day, too. Call phone. Go ahead.
Hell no, sex. Who said that?
The number is 718-477-0139. 718-477-0139. Call in, give us your thoughts.
Hey, you said sex. I need my phone for business.
Yo, Natasha, business minded. She's a hustler. She's a hustler. Cell phone only because I can use a little disconnection and become deeper connected through sex.
Yeah,
yo,
man, unplug from that matrix.
Yo, yeah, unplug from the matrix, because that cell phone, man, that be having people or searching for validation.
Yeah. So let's say like we're talking about you have to give up great sex. Like, would you rather give up great sex for a year or your cell phone for a year? Like,
great sex.
Great sex. I'm talking about that.
Y'all hear
I'm talking about that connected sex where
right.
Like you look up and like 3-4 hours went by.
Right.
And like y'all just laying there.
Right. Like, yo, y'all still in whoa.
Yeah, y'all still in a different dimension. y'all went to a different dimension through sex. Like,
right. That was good. Good interactions, man. Good interactions.
Sex stays. That's a fact.
Sex stays. Whoever says cell phone, look, man.
I feel you.
Go ahead and get the chip. Go ahead and get the chip.
I feel you in that business, but when you come back from a lot of business and a lot of that stress, you definitely looking for that release. That busting that.
Right. Well, do we got any other questions? We want to ask them?
Another question?
Yeah.
Right,
It's getting nice out here.
So here's the next question. Would you rather be handcuffed to the most annoying person you know for 24 hours or go camping with someone who likes you, but you don't like them back?
Call in, y'all.
Again, that question is, would you rather be handcuffed to the most annoying person you know for 24 hours or go camping with someone who likes you, but you don't like them back?
The number is 718-477-0139. Call in. Call in live. Call in. So call in. I want everybody to call in and give their answers. Camping.
Oh yeah.
Somebody would rather take the camping trip.
Yeah.
That's Beauty. Beauty Sunset says she going camping.
Yeah, the camping.
Slim Goody Live says she going camping.
Yeah.
Who else going camping?
Camping with someone who likes me, but I don't like back. That may change during camping. Never know.
I'll take the handcuff for 24 hours.
You would do that?
Yeah. with the most annoying person, because I feel like they might not, they might not be able to annoy me. I
Oh, no.
might be able to, I might annoy them first because they can annoy me. That might annoy them.
But bro, you handcuffed to that person
24 hours, man. I'm dead silent all day long.
for 24
I ain't even
hours?
looking at you.
But that means you gotta get up and go to the bathroom when they go to the bathroom.
Hey, look, smell my shit then.
What if you Yo.
Hold on.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
She said you good hearted. That's all. That's why. Yeah, I would say, but I just think I would get a kick out of they being annoyed that they can annoy me. I think that'd be
All right, this is another good question here.
it.
So if humans came with a warning label, what would yours say? What would be your warning label?
What would be your warning label? Mine's. What would my warning label be? Oh man.
My warning label would be approach with caution.
Approach with caution. That's a good one. My warning label would be that's a good one. I'm gonna come back to that one.
You want to know what I want a woman to? I would love to see a woman's warning label.
What?
Slippery
when
when
wet. Yeah.
Yo, that's mad funny. Slippery when wet. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Give me a sign that I'm about to drown.
Oh shit. You got yourself a little puddle here.
Somebody said you'll be addicted. Oh shit.
That's the thing, man.
Yo,
My
that's
girl, I want to be addicted to that thing. Dang.
Call in, let us know y'all responses. 718-477-0139. Call in and interact with us. We on IG Live and we also streaming through YouTube. So we going back and forth. If y'all call in, that makes things a little easy on our eyes. So call in. Call in with us, talk to us.
Way to be transparent.
Right. Chop it up with us, man. And it's fun. This is dope, man. This is dope. I appreciate all the interactions, man.
Yeah, man.
And just alone, our topic was validation. And
let's get back on that.
We had
a little moment where we can interact with people else.
To get back to validation, these interactions. This is why I want to say to all everyone that's following and this is, to me, this is what validation that I'm doing something right, because I'm getting interaction. Something right is being done. We getting call-ins. We getting I'm loving it, man. I'm really loving it.
So there's positive and negative validation, if we're coming to terms, because that sounded like positive validation.
Yeah, it was positive, and it wasn't words. It was just the interactions that lets me know something is going on, right? Even though we had some technical difficulties, but look how we getting through it. How we getting through it.
So if we had no interaction, we had nobody on the live, it was just us, would your validation feel threatened?
No, not at all.
Would you have felt rejected?
No, not at all.
I would have.
I would have felt, you know why? Because I'm gonna put it to you like this. The reason why I wouldn't have, because we did start off on a later time than what I told them.
Not even just on today. I'm just talking about in general.
Oh, in general,
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
I ain't gonna lie. I would. Because that to me, that just helps me know that I'm doing the right thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just helps with just knowing, you know what I mean? And even if more so, if no one came in or joined the interaction, I would have, in general, I would have felt threatened a little bit.
So what's your idea of a negative validation? Like negative or toxic validation?
I would say a toxic or negative validation is
in a relationship.
In a relationship is when you are the breadwinner and you're financially doing things, and to your partner, it doesn't seem like you're doing anything financially. they don't fully know your finances. Let's just say they don't fully know how you're handling it yourself, but you're handling it to them in a manner where if there's a bill that needs to be paid, you pay the bill. But let's say you might know that you might not be able to have lunch at work for a couple days if you pay this bill. You know what I'm saying? She don't have to know that, but you could be well going through that and still pay your bill. And then now when it comes to you doing the right thing, or when it comes to the finances, it's like you're short on the bills or the bills are not being paid on time. I don't want to have to say, you don't know that I'm missing meals over this too. I'm just doing what I could do. So with not having that financial validation, more so again could lead a person to overdoing themselves, overdoing it, paying, taking money that they don't even, they borrowing money from people to validate your needs financially. You know what I mean? And there's times where I've been in situations like that where I'm like, you know what? Let me. This person don't have to know what I did to get this, but let me just get this.
Hey, I got a cool story with that too, with
Mhm.
the financial um validation. You know, I remember like going through my growth, getting back out on the dating scene. I'm like, you know what, I'm a plan out this nice date, you know. I'm a set this amount of money to the side where, you
Right.
know, I got a lot of wiggle room,
Right.
you know. But during that date, like, you know, I realized that this person was triggered
Mm.
based off of PTSD, you know,
Mm.
emotional PTSD, you know. Um, and what triggered them was the fact that I was Nigerian, because
Wow.
of her experience with other Nigerian men, you
Oh
know.
man.
And a lot of women, a lot of times would be like, "Oh, you Nigerian? You want to have 10 wives?" No, I don't.
Right. Right.
Like
Right.
there probably are some Nigerians out there that want to have 10 wives, but
Right.
me personally, I don't. You know.
Right.
So I seen like within that date, you know, she was triggered from that, you know.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
once the date happened, it didn't matter what I was doing. You
Right.
know, I wined and dined her,
Hmm.
spent something I probably shouldn't spent,
Right. Right.
you know, but at the end of the day, I still had a good time.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, in that moment, it made me realize like, damn, I was doing all of that for validation, to validate the work that I put on myself, the thought that I put into the
Right.
actual date.
Absolutely. I
You know,
agree.
I wanted her to be over, yeah, girl, this date
Yeah.
I
Yo,
was
he
on
set this up
yesterday.
crazy
Yeah,
for
he
me.
thought about it. You know, he put some time to it, you know, those kind of things. So that's sometimes where that negative validation can come from with the money.
Yeah, I read 10 wives.
Yeah,
I read one thing Raina said was results don't always happen right away.
man.
And I agree, you may not get the validation right away. You might not get it when you want it.
Right.
And I agree. You just have to be careful with that
Mhm.
validation. Like we said earlier, having self-validation first, being your own cheerleader. So even if no one interacted today, I would have still kind of been thankful that we here with this platform. What somebody said, what they say.
She said the ones that want to have their wives pregnant all together.
So yeah, man, you know, it's this word term validation is it's a thin line too.
It's valid.
It's valid. I like that one. It's valid.
It's valid.
You know, we have any other questions we wanna ask them here?
What different areas of validation do you neglect?
Oh, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. What areas of validation do you neglect? Um, that's a good question.
And for me, in a relationship, a lot of times, the validation that I neglected was whether I was fully satisfied.
Mm,
Um,
right. That's a good one. I agree with that one fully.
yeah.
Because yo, that's a
Because a
good
lot
one.
of times I do a lot of satisfying. So, you know, sometimes it's like, damn, I wonder what that's like.
I want to know what that feels like for me to be
Yeah.
satisfied.
Yeah.
I agree, man.
Mhm.
I agree strongly. But we still should get some of these call-ins. The last question we had was what was the last one?
Oh, if humans came with a warning label, what would yours say?
What would your warning label say? If you come with a warning label, what would it say? What would your warning label? I want to hear some of y'all warning labels. And no, we got off sidetrack when we said the women
Slippery
you
when-
slippery. So let's get back to that one. I wanna know some of y'all warning labels. What y'all consider yourselves? If humans came with a warning label, what would yours be? Call that one in. I want to hear some of y'all responses on this one. 718-477-0139. Call in on us and let us know what your warning label is. Right. Let us know what your warning label is. Let us know. Don't be afraid now. It could say caution. It hey, that's a sign. If it says caution, then that person should be cautious. So let us know.
Yeah, I know, like, even if it's funny, like some aunties, I know they used to be like, all right now. You wanna be, all right now.
All right now. That's
All
what
right.
that's a cool cautious sign. All right now.
All right now.
All right now,
Gonna get
magic.
your ass whooped.
Warning, I do not trust easily. That's a good one.
Mm,
Okay, Natasha, that's a good one.
interesting one.
Interesting. So come on, call in. Let us know some of y'all warning labels. We got to be mindful too that yeah, we could be warning labels. These are signs of ourselves that let's just say that we could become aware of. Warning, I fall quick.
That's a really good one.
That's a
because
good one. That's a good one.
That's a really good one. Because if a woman, especially me personally, if a woman tells me she falls easily and like I know I'm in a place where I'm not looking to be in nothing, I'm gonna just leave her alone.
Pew!
I'm gonna just leave her alone. Yeah,
Out of here.
So yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a good
I
one.
fall quick. That's a good one. That's a good one. That is a have walls up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. You have your walls up.
And I got another good one for me. Warning: high sex drive. So if you ain't ready to go, stay away.
Right. Let's see. For me, warning. What would it say?
You got stuck.
No. I was hoping it just came in right there, but I'm gonna figure that one out. Come on, y'all, give me some of y'all results.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Oh, took mine. Who took yours, Natasha?
Which one was yours? See, dum. They need to put the little the thing that they have for the.
Oh, I got a warning sign. Warning: do not cross this line. That's one for me. That's one for me. Don't cross me, man. I'm a good person. Don't do me wrong. Cause it's clipped after that. Yo, y'all funny over here. Y'all interactions is amazing.
The high sex drive, John. Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Warning. High sex drive. And those things is important to know too.
Yeah,
It's just very important to know. Like this question alone is, I like that one question. If you could be a warning sign, what would it be? Warning, I am a human lie detector.
Oh shit.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Yo, fellas, be cautious now. We have a human lie detector out here. She letting y'all know. Warning, sweet till provoked. Ooh. Do not poke the bear and run. Don't do that. Don't do that. She letting y'all know.
Warning, I'm very empathic.
Ooh, okay. Okay, you feel people's emotions. You feel
my spider senses are tingling.
My spiders. Who said that?
Raina J.
Yo, Raina J. Raina J. I'm gonna say this right now, Raina J. I would like for you to put some time to the side and join us on this platform one day. We could figure it out, but I need you. I need your element up here. I need that. Like you bring that element.
Honestly, if you bring her on the show, that element should be about astrology because she's great at that.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Raina, we're going to have a topic on astrology. I would definitely like for you to host that because that's an area that I really want to learn in more. Yeah. I really want to learn in more in that area. I really do. So if that's your take on astrology, please come on the platform and let us know. Yeah, Raina, we got you. We got you. Do that. You know.
What's some more sign? What's some more labels, man?
Let's get a couple more
Get a couple
labels.
more labels.
I'm just
Some creative
saying,
ones.
help our eyes out.
They not trying to call right now.
Nah.
Let's do it with the live.
All right, all right. I'm gonna
That's
squint.
cool.
I'll squint for y'all. Y'all been very interactive. I could do that for y'all. Matter of fact, let me come closer. Yeah, there we go. I got y'all now. Yeah, man. I definitely like this interaction. Yes, astrology. Warning: I will ask your sun, rising, and moon sign.
Oh shit.
Yeah. See, I gotta learn that. I'm learning, but I want to get in depth with it. And Raina sounds like, oh, on beauty design, we have a question. The question is, if you could name yourself a warning label, what would it be?
my one, another warning label for me would be, you are now dealing with a king.
You are now dealing with a king.
Yeah.
Y'all better know now. Y'all better look, read the signs, man. Read the signs. One of my warning signs would be I'm stuck again. It's all right. It's all good. I like this. I like this.
Another warning sign would be, I go zoom zoom in your boom boom.
Oh, okay. We talking about astrology because Rainer, we have on another line, Raina, she's really good in astrology. So I asked that she come on the platform to give her knowledge on astrology because I want to learn that even more.
Yeah, so it'll be an episode on
It'll
astrology.
It'll be an episode on astrology. Down what did it say? Download CoStar to learn your signs and they give you full descriptions.
Yeah,
Nah.
so they talking about, I mean,
Oh, CoStar.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's just an app. I mean, for those that only know their sun sign, when she mentioned knowing the sun and the moon,
Okay.
it's understanding that you have a full natal chart.
Okay, got you.
So you have different signs that for each planet.
Okay, so you say you still learning? Yeah, but I'm. It sounds like you know enough though. Your interactions gave me vibes like I could learn something from you. So whatever you could chalk up.
She just being modest. She taught me a lot, so she definitely gonna come on there.
Hey. Yeah. So yeah, beauty and designs. Yeah, let us know what warning sign would you consider yourself. Me, warning. I like kissing. That's one of my warning signs because I know there's a lot of people, they're not kissers out here. That's fine, that's cool, but I like to get off. You know what I mean?
I don't even like that in a relationship.
Oh, right. Right. Let's see. Warning. I am an Aries.
Oh shit.
I'm just gonna say that. Each one teach one, Rainer. Yeah, yep. Kissing is key.
It's key, but I mean,
for some people, because to me, kissing, it brings that spark, that firework, like pew pew pew, like it gives it that.
And some people
that intensity.
It gives them that upside down emoji. They lose their mind.
Oh yeah,
they get crazy.
Right.
Shit just start twisting. You see them go crazy after that.
Especially you got that power, homie.
Yeah.
Aries was all he had to say.
She said, "Warning, I like to cuddle."
She said, "Oh God." Aries was all he had to say. Right. And be honest with you, the only reason why I said Aries, because I feel like when I hear things about zodiac signs, Aries are the most hated. So I feel like I want to put that out there.
Every sign is really hated, to be honest. It all depends.
I
on people.
feel you.
It all depends on people's experiences. Like every each astrology sign is approaching or they're coming into their season, you have them people that be like, "Oh shit, here come them."
Right.
Oh, the worst one to date is this. Like,
right.
I've seen that place for every sign. So it's like almost like,
Raina said, "Not them little pecks." Beauty and Sunset said, "I like to cuddle." Oh, so Raina, she Frenching. She French with it, huh? Now I need to see your chart because your vibe was very laid back at first. Me?
Yeah. It's probably his ascendant sign. I wonder what that is.
I want to learn my ascendant sign.
I'll show you that after.
Okay. Yeah, I would say I do have a laid back piece.
So here's the thing though. What people don't realize, like, have you read char- uh characteristics or things from other signs and you like, yo, that sounds like me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
More than
Yeah.
likely, that might be some of your other elements.
Right. Raina said he gives me Libra vibe.
Yeah, I could see Libra being in his chart.
I could see that. I could see Libra. I could see Libra.
That might be his rising or his moon.
Yep. I could see Libra. That's definitely I could see that.
Yeah.
We got another one.
Oh yeah. here's a different question though. We going go in a different direction.
But Raina, hold on one second. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this on the show. What it could be, the possibilities, because I feel like that's a learning mechanism for anyone that's watching, whether you know a little or whatever. I think some people can learn from you, and Natasha too. She was very interactive too.
No, Tasha's spiritual too. Yeah, they could. Yeah.
So we have another question.
All right. So this next question is: would you rather fart in an elevator full of strangers or burp loudly while giving an important presentation at work? That's wild.
Like, let's keep it real. I'm gonna read it again. Now, this is for laughs. Fart in an elevator full of strangers or belch loudly while giving an important presentation at work.
I'd rather burp.
Yeah, some Beauty said burp.
Yo, because that fart, you could kind of like smell the direction it's coming from and like kind of like isolate.
You can see who did.
You can see who did.
So you gonna be like this. You gonna be like,
not like that, but like it comes
ain't
strong
come
from
over
this side.
here.
It's like, what the fuck?
No, it ain't over here. Nah, I think I'm getting. Hey, it was you.
Nah, you definitely know who be doing this sometimes. And you look at them and they probably nervous as hell.
I'm the type of person. I'm a fart in the elevator. I don't give a shit.
That shit gonna drag. You gonna leave a little trail with you. When you get off the elevator, that shit gonna follow you.
Look, man. I'm sorry, but I'm one of those. I'm gonna do that.
You don't know what type of brand it is. That joint might come out crazy.
Wet.
Oh,
a shark. We don't know.
You shark.
Somebody said it can be deadly.
Ooh, yeah, especially if you have some tacos or something like that.
She said that's that Aries talking. I guess that's the part right there, right? I done told on myself, right? That's funny. That's funny.
I'm gonna pick a random question.
We're gonna pick a random question. We just gonna throw it out there. Get off the last floor. They said when you fart, you Yo, these interactions is funny over here on IG Live, y'all. Everybody that's tuning in YouTube Live, we bouncing back to both. So I appreciate everybody that's tuning in with us, that's interacting with us on Hansome Man Problem podcast.
So the next question is: would you rather go on a road trip with Donald Trump or O.J. Simpson? Who would you rather go on a road trip with?
Pick one. Pick one. It says, would
you rather go on a road trip with Donald Trump or O.J. Simpson?
A road trip with Donald Trump or O.J. Simpson? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a tough one.
I'm going on a road trip with O.J.
Yeah,
I'm going on a road.
You know
trip
why?
with OJ, because I got some questions.
Right.
I got some questions.
Somebody said OJ. So, OJ, teach me the game ghost. The juice.
OJ.
Somebody wrote
none of them.
None. I feel you. Beauty.
But if you had to choose,
which one you rather? I feel like OJ may make it interesting. Yeah. You got plenty of questions to ask. There's like, I don't know. It's just
I would ask him, like, where were you driving to when they were following your Bronco that whole time? Like,
right.
You was driving for a minute. Like, what was you really about to do?
Right. Right. Where was you going? Right.
Did you actually think like you could escape somehow?
Like what was it? What was it? I agree.
Yeah.
I'm going with OJ. It's just so many questions, even beside what he went through. You know, just more so like everything. Not even, I can't even say everything, but I'm just gonna say I don't want to put all the questions out there that I would want to ask him. But definitely, yo, I want to sit with OJ on that road trip. Definitely. So yeah, Trump ignorant ass because he gonna spend that bread.
Yo,
Who's
yo,
that? Who's that?
yo,
Son?
Sonny Montana,
Son in Montana. Some Raina said, "Nah, I might go with Trump just to see if he can pull on his emotional strings." Okay.
Yo, Trump might be a funny one to go
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
though.
he might be. Cause
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you, Duke was I didn't have I personally, maybe politically, but personally, I didn't have a problem with the dude.
Nah, yeah.
You know, he it was certain things that he actually did that actually made me chuckle a little bit. Like, Duke really did that? He really said that?
When he shot the paper towel. into
Yeah,
the crowd.
yo, the whole paper
Yo,
towel,
you
bro.
gotta be so.
Yo,
Like, he's
yo.
wild, bro. He's wild.
So
for that.
I guess it's a thin line with OJ and Trump because they both. But if we would rather, OJ,
All right, we're going before we get back to validation, we're gonna ask one more question.
he
What
might
would
be.
you rather do? Have your most embarrassing photos posted on Facebook or accidentally fall in public and the video go viral?
Oh, let me rephrase. Let me not rephrase. Let me reread that for my followers here on IG. Would you rather have your most embarrassing photos posted on Facebook or accidentally fall in public and the video go viral? Man,
I fall in public.
yes, I'm a fall in public
Yeah,
and the video go because you fell.
yeah, I can laugh at myself.
Yeah, I laugh at myself.
Yeah, I can laugh at myself.
Trump might be a sweetheart. Yeah, I would definitely laugh at myself. I could laugh. I've laughed at myself plenty of times because I always say I'm dumb. I always crack myself up too.
Yeah, nah, I've fallen in a situation like that.
Yeah,
It just didn't go viral.
take the fall. Everybody
Yeah.
taking the fall, right? Nobody don't want that posted.
Yeah, man. Some of them photos.
Right.
I don't know.
Beauty and design says she'll take the fall. Everybody falling in public. Yo, we all agree we gonna fall in public, right?
Fall for 1,000, Alex.
Right. That was a good one. That's a good one.
Snap. Yeah, y'all definitely doing a good job interacting tonight. It's definitely a good time, man. We having fun with it.
It was cool. But let's just switch back. We're gonna switch back again, just for everybody that tuned in with us, that's tuning in back with us. Our topic for today was validation. It was a broad spectrum of where validation can go, but I think overall, we've emphasized the fact that we need to learn to have self-validation before we can receive any type of validation.
Right.
Because not having no type of validation for yourself can create, it goes into that self-sabotaging category where you're just doing things out of validation, and then when you find yourself out of it, you'll see how much of a fool you made of yourself trying to get validation from anywhere and everybody, more so people pleasing.
Yeah, what's another good form of validation is whether your cooking tastes good.
Oh man, I think that validation, that piece is deep, and it cuts deep for a lot of people,
Yeah.
like myself.
Yeah.
Right. Cooking.
Give us some other forms of validation.
Yeah.
that we look for.
Chime in with us. Let us know some forms of validation.
So many different rabbit holes we can go down with that.
So many different rabbit holes. So chime in with us as far as validation if you're just tuning in, to let us know some different forms of validation that's out there.
Let's talk about fashion validation.
Oh man. Oh man, these are good ones you bringing up right now.
Yeah,
fashion validation. Everybody got to have them Jordans on time, huh?
Yeah,
I got y'all. I feel y'all. But see, I look, man. Y'all took the fun out of getting sneakers, man. y'all took the fun out of that. But yep.
But life is somewhat centered around validation. Like as a kid, when you when you take a test and you pass, and that shit feels good. Yeah, facts.
Absolutely.
We definitely understand that.
Absolutely. When you take a test and you pass, like it's not even from nobody. You're looking at that number like I passed.
That's that self-validation.
Yeah, absolutely.
That self-validation that yo, I put in the time, I put in the effort. I want to see the results.
Right. And that's
And the results of the validation.
that triggered something. That triggered when I got my GED. If you don't know me now, you know I went out and received my GED. That self validation, man, it was something different because I couldn't believe that I did that on my own.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. Although I had to take it 2 times, I failed it the first time, and with math being somewhat of my weakest subject, I passed it first on the test and automatically knew I was going to pass it the second time because it was just reading. And I felt like, you know what? I could just take my time on this part this time. And I took my time and I passed it. But when when I seen that diploma in that mailbox, I definitely validated myself that I did this on my own. I studied. I even went as far as asking the teacher to fast track me to take the test because I was so confident that I was going to pass. I didn't graduate with my class, but I didn't lose touch of academics. You know what I'm saying? So to get to go through that reading part all over again, I was like, yo, I know I'm gonna pass this because how could I not? But I seen to it the first time I didn't really take my time in reading. But the second time I was able to take my time and read. Oh, Raina, you got yours too? Yeah. Yeah. Let's applaud us on that one. Because I felt like if it made me feel a little, let's go back to validation. Even though I did get it, I felt like the people around me will reject that because it wasn't from the class of whatever high school, or I didn't graduate with my high school peers. I just felt like at some point I didn't want to even say GED. I didn't want to say that word with it. I was kind of leaving it out. And then it was just to a point where I'm like, why am I leaving that piece out where I worked hard for this? So now I'm saying that I got my GED, and I got it, and it validated myself that I can do anything that I want to if I put my mind to it. It's all good. I didn't get to walk because of 3 credits, so I had to go to summer school. Yep. Those things happen. But yes, let's get some more positive validation. What is some positive validation that you feel that is good to have? Fashion validation was one of them, though. I like that one because everybody trying to make a statement nowadays when it comes to fashion. So, and there's some that going back to work, happy holiday. Oh, to both of you, proud of you. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you for tuning in on your break. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate. That's dedication. I appreciate that loyalty, man. I appreciate that loyalty. So yeah, winning a championship in your respective sport. Yeah, Slim Goody live. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good one. Yep.
That is a good
one.
Or winning like an MVP or accolades.
What Raina J said, when I
propagate my plants and I see their new growth. Yeah,
right,
yeah, for sure.
Right. Right. Yes, plant moms.
Like even from a relationship standpoint, you want, especially like your parents or your immediate family, you want everybody to, tell you that, oh, that's a good girl, that's a good woman,
right?
You made the right choice,
right?
This, that,
right. So it's definitely player or coach. It's definitely been this vibe, been vibing. We've been vibing. We've been going. The interaction has been amazing. I want to give everybody a round of applause for interacting with us. Keeping Hansome Man Problem podcast live. I do appreciate the interactions. Every bit of it is needed. You could call in 718-477-0139 if you have on your thoughts on anything that we're saying. chime in with us.
Or even if you want to take the conversation a different direction.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of time left.
Yep.
We pretty much covered validation.
Yep.
To
I think we covered it pretty good,
pretty
man.
good, because it's a rabbit hole that can go in any which way.
Anyway, I would just suggest this: if you are in a relationship and your partner is doing right by that relationship, just give them a little acknowledgement. I won't say validation. I'm gonna say acknowledgement. Just acknowledge that they're doing it for you, because you don't know how much it's taking them to do what they're doing for you. So just acknowledge it and let them know that you appreciate what they're doing for you.
Yeah. Thank you goes a long way.
Thank you definitely goes a long way. And we love the interactions. We love the interactions. The topic goes a long way. Like we say, it could go down any rabbit hole. Got it. Oh, yeah. So that's it.
Sexual validation.
Give me. Oh man. I was about to say go in depth, but you don't even gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that.
Definitely
Yes.
can, yeah. Like sexual validation.
What part of that?
Satisfying.
Satisfaction. Right. And actually, and I think that validation when it comes to sexual is more so not just words, but actions and reactions.
Yeah, the actions and reactions, especially for women. I'm not gonna lie to you, just from certain experiences, like
right.
Getting what Bernie Mac say, when you get some special attention, like when you get the fellatio. Some women want you to
right
during that time.
Yeah.
And, if you don't,
they
need that validation.
They need that.
It becomes that question: you didn't like it?
Right.
Of course I liked it. Why didn't I like it?
Right.
Because you didn't. But
right.
For me, it's very hard.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be like, I've had one in my life, like that really had me running from her, bro. She had me running and screaming. Bro, to the point where like I start shaking like fucking Harry and Home Alone 2.
Yo,
when he was getting electrocuted.
Right.
And my socks shot off my feet. Poof, and it hit the wall and slid down. And it was fucking smoke coming out my.
That's funny. Natasha said that's a big one, low key. Yeah, you definitely want to know if you doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And like you say, especially for women, I think they want to know if they're doing the right thing. Yeah. They want to know, especially if it comes to that sexual pleasure.
Same thing for men.
Like men too, yeah.
When we eating that thing,
I'm looking up. I want to see face expressions. Yeah. I'm looking up. I'm watching. Blah, blah, blah. I'm watching.
Nigga Theo gonna have him watching like this. What you think about that?
Right. Yeah, like I'm watching. I'm checking for reaction. I'm checking. I'm gonna say this. I'm confident in what I do. I don't really need validation when it comes to that, but I'm still checking though. I'm still checking, because if your body not squirming or moving, like I you know what I'm saying? Like I'm checking for little things. Yeah. I'm checking for little things. I'm I don't even want to.
Yo,
because I'm, like I'm saying, like for my validation, I'm checking for things. If your eyes ain't rolling in the back of your head, you know what I'm saying? If your body ain't squirming, if you ain't shaking, I'm not gonna I'm not saying like I know everything, but I'm putting in that work. I want to see some results.
Yeah, I'm skilled at that shit.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm pretty confident with that.
Right. So yeah, man.
This was definitely a great show. I think we've had a pretty good interaction.
Yeah, I think so too.
Way to go off into the sunset.
Right. So everybody that tuned in, everybody that interacted, everybody that called in, we thank y'all for all of it. We thank y'all from all of it. It's very genuine. Y'all. Very genuine. A lot of this was learning. A lot of this was learning for me from people, different perspectives that I get to see. Not only just having my own, but to have others' perspectives is really what I'm doing this for, so that I can learn along my self-awareness journey. So we're gonna end this podcast, Handsome Man Problem Live. We're gonna end it right now, and we thank y'all. Appreciate everything,
Good
and
energy, love, light, respect.
I just want everybody to know, when you join this podcast, y'all the wolf pack. Y'all the wolf pack. Protect at all costs. Y'all the wolf pack. So when I say my wolf pack, that's what I'm gonna refer y'all to as my wolf pack. Anybody that's interacting, anybody that's chiming in or watching, y'all part of the wolf pack. And I thank y'all for that. Peace.
Yeah. Yo, them three really held it down. Stayed consistent in that shit.